Hi, everybody. DJ Yokley with you for another player profile. This time it's from the village of Poland, and it is Christian Colosimo, right? Got it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nailed it. Got it. The first time all year I got it right. Shout out to your dad, Nick. Christian, it's been one heck of a year for you, man. When you look at everything that you've endured, not only this year with COVID, but a little bit of the ups and downs of the season. You guys started off with a loss and haven't lost since. Talk to me about what this year has been like for you.
Well, coming in this year, dealing with the COVID thing, being out 2 weeks. And then for me specifically, my first week coming back at practice was the week of the South Range game. So, going in that game, I wasn't, at myself 100%, but with the coaching staff, teaching me the ways of being a Poland Bulldog, everything going into the senior year. I've adapted. I loved it. So just performing well, better each week.
No, I love it. You guys continue to just rise to the occasion, no matter who you play. A little scare last week in Salem. Talk to me about what it was like in the huddle, what it was like on the sidelines for you before you guys broke out for 24 unanswered points to take the victory and move on.
Going in at half, 21-6, we had me and some other leaders on the team, step up, tell all the guys that, we don't want this season to end. So, just going out, play with a different mindset, knowing that we can come out with the win, playing our best game and executed.
So when you chuck that ball downfield, you're a jack of all trades. You're the guy that everybody looks to whenever kind of push comes to shove. You chuck that ball downfield like Ben Roethlisberger. What was it like for you to see it wind up in the end zone? And was it kind of a celebratory moment, or is it just kind of okay, step one is done, we got to move on and get back in this ball game?
To me, in my situation, it was kind of both. Obviously, every touchdown you want to celebrate, get the team energy going, get the guys going. But for sure, it was definitely a step. Being down as much as we were, we still had a long ways to go. The game was nowhere near close to being over. So, obviously, it's a celebration, but a little momentum boost.
Poland's a special place. You talk about just athletic excellence over the years. What does it mean to suit up and put the P on your head with the blue helmets and the blue jersey? You guys, there's such heritage, there's such tradition. What does it mean specifically for you, Christian?
It means to me that knowing I'm going to go into the game, play my hardest, do what the coaches say. Just, tradition comes down to it. Play the hardest, do everything right. Hopefully come out with a win.
You're all Poland kids too. You guys grew up together.
Oh, yeah.
You played baseball together. I saw a picture the other day. You guys dressed up. I don't know, Halloween. I'm hoping you guys are all cheerleaders or something.
Yeah.
So when you look at this, what are you going to take away? What's the legacy of the class of 2021 when it comes to the Poland Bulldogs?
The legacy is just leaving a mark on how, I was thinking to myself, how are you going to be remembered to the kids coming up, and how are you going to be remembered by the kids that played in the past? So, you always have to play at 100%. So do whatever's best to make yourself remembered.
Okay, talk about this senior class and what they mean to you as technically an underclassman and kind of still some meat on the bone left for you.
The senior class this year, to me, having guys step up and really just get the team together and just making us push each other even more and more throughout the season going. And for me and myself, just to get this learning experience as a junior, as what it's like to be a senior captain, to be a senior role, the sky's the limit for me, honestly, with the next year.
There's a lot of eyes on you from the stands. As a role model, talk to me about, even down to your little brother, right? They're looking at you and imagining themselves years from now in your shoes. What's that like for you? And is it a cool feeling, or do you even recognize it?
Oh, it's a great feeling, because all my little brother and all of his friends, they all come up to me, they always ask me to play football and ask me what it's like. So just going on the field, knowing that I have so much support from my younger brother and all of his friends, and they all look up to me, it's the greatest feeling at the end of the day.
A lot of things that people might not know about you. You're a big time family guy. You love your family. You guys are very close. Your dad, a huge supporter of you and everything you do. What is that like for you from a standpoint of a young man that's kind of going into not only, going into his junior year, but you just got your senior year ahead of you and some big decisions to make down the line. What's it like to have a family there to kind of have your back?
With my family, the amount of support and amount of love they've given me and everything they've done for me. I mean, my dad, my mom, my stepdad, my little brother, I couldn't ask for a better family. I mean, they've done so much for me in my past high school, middle school, elementary school years. I mean, they're great. I love them.
So let's step off the field for a minute. Good question for you. If they were going to write a story about your life or they were going to make a movie about it, who would play you and why?
Who would play me and why? Probably, I'd probably, that's a good question. Who would play me? Honestly, I'd probably ask, in my future years, maybe my little brother.
Oh, wow. So not even an actor. Like I'm thinking like,
oh, like an actor.
Yeah, like an actor. Who would be you in a movie, actor wise?
Oh, Superman for sure. Ain't no doubt.
The dude that plays Superman himself for actual Superman.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Love it. All right. Final question. Talk about your role model. I mean, who do you model your game after? There's so many people that you can go to because you do so many things. Who do you model your game after?
Well, for me, growing up, I've always liked to watch like guys like Eddie Lacy, and right now, Derrick Henry. I just love how hard, like, I put the mindset in my head, like when I watch him play, just how hard he runs and just never goes down on a first tackle. That to me is just awesome. So when I run the ball and I always have the ball in my hands, I always want to make sure I'm running as hard as I can. So I kind of like to model my game after him when I run the ball.
Just feels like you're an Alabama fan. Am I wrong?
Unfortunately, I'm an Oregon fan. Growing up liking D'Anthony Thomas. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Way off. All right. So talk to me about your off the field. You've got role models there too. Who really guides you and supports you and you want to kind of build around?
To me, a role model in my life is honestly my dad. I mean, my dad works so hard, and I've never seen a dad, always just caring for his son as much as he does and how hard he works. So, I mean, for a role model in my life, it'd be my dad, because I want to grow up knowing that everyone likes him. I mean, when you hear Nick Colosimo, you know who Nick Colosimo is. Just a nice guy. So when I grow up, I just want to be like that guy that, every kid comes to, everyone asks for advice, just a good dad. He's my role model for sure.
Christian Colosimo, we're a big fan. Number 11 in your programs, number 1 in your hearts. Young man, good luck this weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for having me.
You got it.